Take your swass.
Oh.
Content. Look at that. See that, people? There it was.
Content. Look at it. Accept it. Embrace it. Inhale it.
That's why you're gonna be sweating balls.
Hey everybody!
I'm Adam.
I'm Sam.
I'm Will,
and we are Working Title!
Papa?
Guys, we are back for Volume 2 of Stranger Things, Season 4, Episode 8. Chapter 8, Papa.
Papa?
Last on, Nancy has been taken to the Upside Down. Vecna has been revealed
Number 1.
to be Baby Creel. Hopper versus the Demigorgon.
Yeah.
Stabbed it through the face and the doors closed behind them, so they're safe for now, and they reunited with Joyce.
With, Jack
And Murray.
and Murray. How the fuck are they gonna get out?
We're gonna find out. So y'all, if you like this video, make sure you leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel if you've not already done so you can stay tuned for Season 5 of Stranger Things. If you want to check this show out a week in advance, make sure you check out the Patreon. By that time, it'll probably be wrapped up, I don't even know, but there'll be new content coming out, so make sure you do check that out. We appreciate the support. Make sure you go and support Netflix, and then come back and watch your boys. We're gonna punch it.
Sam will have it, his OnlyFans will be out by the time this is done. Special tier on the Patreon.
In 3, 2, 1.
No comment from either of them, so that means it's a sure thing. Still silence.
Oh, Jesus. Alright.
Was Will right that it closed?
Okay.
Okay.
Sons of bitches.
Now did it disappear?
What? Okay. Yeah. Well, that explains all of our questions.
Oh, look at that.
Alright, so it did close.
These sneaky writers.
I want answers to season 1, what they were doing with her.
We already know what she's a weapon.
But why change?
This is, number 1.
There's nothing to be afraid of, is there, Nancy?
What? Oh.
Oh.
Why don't you take a seat?
Yeah, right. No way.
Stay with me, okay? Whatever you guys are doing up there, hurry up!
Anything. Seriously, what is all this shit?
Oh, her music.
You're ruining the music! Yeah. Seriously.
What the? We need music!
Oh, back now.
What are you doing? It's not time for you to leave.
Normally give us like 3 illusions before you attack.
Ah, shit.
Take a seat, Nancy. I want you to tell Clement everything you see.
Oh my.
Shit.
Wait, that's in our world, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
He's opening a massive portal.
Oh my gosh!
Portals.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Right here.
Bro, we're lucky she ain't dead, too. Just because he needs a message to come across. They're about to destroy Hawkins in the earth.
It's a warning. A challenge.
Sam was right, they did close that hole. So,
I know. That works so much better. I was like, there's no way that hole doesn't exist. Papa lied.
The
It's so,
Okay.
so good, dude.
Okay.
Interactions, but no.
Oh,
fuck.
Get this shit out of my face! And the power's down so it can climb, guys.
Get out of there. Alright, light it up, man.
No, let it kill a few Russians, then light it up.
Wow.
Guess you got my message, huh?
Always wanted to visit the Soviet Union with Murray.
Thought you were dead. Thought I lost you.
Damn. Yeah, 'cause he had no idea how that turned out either.
Yeah.
I did lose you. We had a funeral.
Anybody's show.
You're the hero of Hawkins.
How about now?
She's good. She misses her dad. We all do.
How the fuck would you know? You've been running around playing Secret Spy across the world.
Apparently they can climb, too.
Yep.
What'd you expect?
Why aren't they shooting it? Fucking shoot. This is so gross. Why?
That's right out there.
Oh, man.
Don't have another one of those things.
Wait,
Can it portal? Oh my gosh, guys. Can't it tunnel through walls too without having to go through?
they have more than just one.
The lab.
Several.
The lab I wanted to see. Oh, it's a demi-dog.
Oh, and it's wedged open too. You see that tool there? Get out of the There you go.
They're trying to learn from it.
Yep.
Probably weaponize it.
There's gotta be so many more.
What the fuck?
Oh,
Damn.
God. How'd they get them?
Bro,
Are those alive or dead?
why would you keep this in a prison?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's probably just a good cover. No
Yeah.
one cares if a bunch of inmates die.
Yeah.
That's a camera.
Do they have a mature one? Other than the one outside. Shut. What?
The mind flare? Whoa! How'd they capture that?
Found something.
What?
Bro. They had the fucking mind flare.
Yeah. Whoa, it looked like the sparkly stuff that they touched that felt good.
Yeah. What if the Demogorgon like breaks that thing out?
Yeah.
Oh jeez, dude, this is gonna get bad.
You have your powers.
Right. The power of love. Her mama. That's what got her her strength
Yeah.
and beat Vecna when she was a child.
Come on. Come on.
Do it with ease.
Welcome back. Can we just like
Oh my god, finally these guys.
but can we just bring up the fact that like she didn't kill the kids, it was one?
Yeah.
Like why haven't we discussed this? Like I know she just woke up, but please.
Holy shit, dude. Check it out. I didn't know they expanded into Nevada. Watch out, Dominoes. The dominoes are gonna fall.
Alright, somebody else drive, please.
But what if after all this is over, she doesn't need me anymore? I mean, she's special. She was born special. Maybe I was one of the first people to realize that. But the truth is, when I stumbled on her in the woods, she just needed someone. It's not fate. It's not destiny.
Damn, his
it's just
feelings.
simple, dumb luck. And one day she's gonna realize
Fading.
I'm really not trying to stomp on the moment. That is sweet, but both their haircuts are so fucking bad. It's so bad, dude.
No, it's so stupid given everything that's going on. It's just I don't know. I just.
Given everything that's going on, this is the least important plot for me. So.
Can I show you something?
Are we showing the painting? Yeah. It's just like a picture of them making out.
I was gonna say like,
Oh shit!
Whoa, that's fucking awesome.
Oh, wow!
This is amazing.
You made Mike the hero,
Did you paint this?
leading the way.
Yeah. These past few months, she's been so lost without you. It's just she's so different from other people, and when you're different, sometimes you feel like a mistake. But you make her feel like she's not a mistake at all. Like she's better for being different. So yeah, Elle needs you, Mike, and she always will.
Yeah.
Mike.
I love how Mike just like has no like.
Jeez, dude.
Can you read through this and see that your friend needs like?
some love.
Yeah, like come on. God damn.
Like having a conflict, and then this kid gives him the greatest speech ever, and he goes, "Yeah." Like, yes, motherfucker.
But,
yes.
But it's not even that. Look at this. Like
Yeah.
he's actually like
In pain.
he's trying to come out too. I like that his brother.
Big brother moment.
I really
Good.
hope. Oh God, that pissed me off. Mike, get your head out of your ass and stop thinking about your girlfriend for 5 fucking seconds. Look at your friend.
Present day.
No.
Past. It just shoves his hand through. Oh shit. Perhaps this room becomes that lower laboratory that they try to reopen.
Yeah.
What you displayed that day,
Oh, so the
That's
cameras
what it
were
is.
working.
imagined.
Wow.
Something had been lost, but I knew then, just as I knew today,
Now
that
we
your
know.
powers had not been lost. They just needed a spark. But that day, you awakened something else. A doorway to another world. I always thought that Henry was out there, hiding in the darkness.
He's claimed 3 victims so far, and when I saw the eyes, I knew that was him.
Okay, so they were like
Sending us a
aware.
message.
The barrier between our worlds is a concrete dam. Henry is putting cracks in this dam. Left unchecked,
It snaps.
the pressure will build
Yeah.
and build, and eventually it will reach a breaking point. And the dam will burst.
That's not
When
it.
that happens,
It's not fair.
Hawkins will fall.
That means we can't flood the upside down. It's a one way. It's not fair.
Do you want to flood the
Well,
upside
that went
down?
very
Yeah.
well, I thought.
Place
It
is
could
trash.
use some water.
Nice and gentle, just like we talked about.
I saw a dark cloud. This giant creature, a gaping mouth. And this creature wasn't alone. There were so many monsters.
Oh gosh.
Shit.
An army into our neighborhoods. He showed me my mom.
Oh.
This wasn't the upside down Hawkins.
Oh my god.
This was our Hawkins. Look at his clock. It always chimes 4 times.
Whoa.
4 exactly.
He needs one more kill, right?
4 kills,
Yeah.
4 gates. If
Who's
that's
it gonna
true,
be?
he's only 1 kill away.
Oh gosh.
We have to go back in there. Back to the upside down.
Whoa, no. Let's think this through.
We were wrong about Vecna. Henry. Sorry, what are we calling him now?
Vecna.
One.
Henry. We've learned something new about Vecna / Henry
You're
/
right. He's like 11, but that gives us an upper hand. We know 11's
How 11
strengths
works, yeah.
and weaknesses.
Weaknesses?
When Elle
Love.
remote travels, she goes into this sort of trance-like state. I bet the same is true of Vecna. That would explain why he was
Hope she's
standing-
okay with listening to her weaknesses.
He doesn't stand a chance.
It'll be like slaying sleeping Dracula in his coffin.
I'm still marked. Cursed. I ditched Kate Bush. I trust focus back to me.
Max.
What?
So bad.
Fate. He'll kill you.
I survived before.
Max, come on.
I can survive again.
We already had a whole episode with you.
This is scary.
I need to keep him busy long enough
Very
so you
scary.
guys can get into that attic. Whatever you do,
Don't miss.
try not to miss.
Yeah. Shotgun. That's what we need. 4 shotguns.
Shotgun, goddammit!
Pow, 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 pow. Or for you to get your ass in the fight. Where you at?
That's not a sketch at all. In a community where 3 deaths have occurred, it's not scary at all.
Yeah, right.
Are you serious?
It's sitting right there.
Oh no.
I'm not sure I love the idea of you driving.
Oh, I'm starting supper. Harrington's got her. Boy.
Fucking love Eddie.
Every day you lose your house and car in one fell swoop.
Oh man. Ah yes, we have found it. The door.
Aliens.
Aliens.
My friends, I saw them. You told me they were safe. They are not safe.
Oh, whoa, okay.
No, do not send your men. Send me.
Your friends are not prepared for this fight, 11. When one kills, he doesn't simply kill. He consumes. He takes everything from his victims, everything they are and everything they ever will be. Their memories, their abilities. And we do not know where he's been these lost years.
So true.
So you have to
If you
find him.
survived this long, but if you want to stop one, you will need to do more than walk. You will need to do more than run. You will need to fly.
Wow.
And you're not ready.
I really wish we could learn, like, where Henry went.
I've stopped him once and I will again.
What
I'm
happened?
sorry.
The
You
red.
can't.
The
It's
redness.
impossible.
Nothing's impossible. And if we hustle, I'll bet we could be at Hawkins before nightfall.
That would be a great mistake.
Waiting would be an even greater mistake. What if one makes his move before we even have a chance to throw a punch? Then what is the point of all of
That's
this?
a risk we're going to have to take.
No, Brenner's wrong.
You know, we pushed it before, and look what happened. Either way, it doesn't matter, because this is not our choice. We agreed this was not going to be a prison. We'll show her what this is, what we can offer, and then it is her choice whether she wants to stay or go. Right, Doc?
Man.
Well, you may not agree with it.
I love this guy.
Yeah, he's gonna
Sam!
get us effing killed.
Making a choice.
He's gonna get us killed, you
You
said?
sure you want to do this?
Yeah. It seems all nice and holly jolly, but
Okay.
It's better than nothing.
Say your goodbyes.
We ain't got time to sit back. He's 1 kill. Like, these guys don't know that. He's 1 kill away from causing the fucking apocalypse.
we'll find out. We'll see if we're the ones who manifest it.
I've actually, I always had this dream that I'd have this really big family. I'm talking like full brood of parents. It's like 5, 6
Stop.
kids.
Stop the speech, because you're gonna die if you keep
3
saying
girls,
this.
3 boys.
That sounds nice.
Mm-hmm. Why don't you join?
Yeah.
Nah! Yeah.
Why don't you pay attention to the fucking road?
Except for the 6 kid part.
It's okay. If Argyle can drive high, never look forward, we're fine.
If only I had some practice.
All right, there. That's
Motherhead and Steve.
Now he's thinking about his bill.
I love this.
he uses my memories against me. Only my darkest memories. Same
Yeah.
with Chrissy and Fred, right?
Yep.
Right.
It's like he only sees the darkness in us. I'll just run in the opposite direction. Run to the light.
Which is you.
And maybe he won't be able to find me there.
Yeah.
But it's my mind,
Use your imagination.
not his, right? So I should be able to control where I am We just need to
Lucid
find that
dream.
memory and hide there.
Imagination.
Happy place.
You got a memory in mind?
Kissing you.
Please tell me it's their first dance. That'll
Kissing me.
Happiest.
Sweet Lucas boy.
Was I there?
Of course you are, dude. You
Yeah.
lucky son of a bitch.
Presumptuous of you.
Если я дал почуешь, что ты затеял что-то, это я тут же пойду.
Is that the same church where they've got caught up 3 times?
Ты чё, попугай, man? Больше сказать нечего.
I hope they're not that dumb. There's a helicopter, okay?
It's gonna take forever to get to the States.
Another poor joke.
You said you had a plane. A plane.
No. I told you I should fly you home. And Katinka can
Bro, snap it together.
What about Owens? He's got to have contacts or spies here that could help us.
Can we do that? Can we make a call to the States?
Go get my grenades.
How are you? Okay.
This is a different time.
How are you gonna pay for that?
How many of these do you think we have?
Uh-oh. Not important right now.
Is that the girl?
Yeah.
Is that the?
I'm just standing here.
Oh my gosh.
That's the baddie, bro. Fuck.
Called it.
Whoa. You gonna mace me with that?
Called it, man. It's a good thing she didn't say it at the school.
Awkward.
Robin!
Jeez.
Who's that?
Someone from bed.
Yo!
How much is this?
$120.99, but I'll throw in 20 rounds of buckshot for you.
Hey, can I see this?
Oh shit!
357, please.
It's the.
Yeah.
I forgot he's even in the show.
Nancy Wheeler!
Completely forgot about him.
Thanks by you.
Steve's gonna have to beat his fucking
A
ass.
Magnum.
Just scary times.
Yeah. Are they all here?
Retreat, Erica! Retreat, Erica!
Bro, they're all
Tease
here.
Erica,
They're all
get-
here.
Oh!
There's more!
Erica, just turn and run. Let somebody else do it. Dang that.
I'm nervous.
Man, go take a
Your
shower.
brother,
You around?
he here with you by chance?
Mike?
I only ask because he's in Hellfire, isn't he?
Would you let go? Let go.
Where's Steve at?
Right, I know.
Punch this fucker in the face. And they're still drunk in
No.
Nevada.
There's nothing out here.
They're on the pursuit to defeat Domino's. He's gonna find a door.
But he's gonna think he's stoned.
Nina.
Or he's gonna get jumped by an animal.
Looking behind a tree.
Nina.
He friends a bunny.
Nina?
Wait, don't.
Big cat.
Holy macaroni.
Alright, you
Don't eat it. Whatever it is, do not consume it.
These are no regular tire tracks for the
Human.
Judge Ocean.
Oh, do you think that means that the bad guys, the bad military are coming? Looks like it.
Well, I wouldn't do it if I didn't think she was ready. But, Ella? Hello?
Sound?
KGB call? Oh.
Brenner just betrayed him.
For the long face, Doc. We just want to talk.
Papa.
Oh, dude, you're right, Brenner.
Name of the episode.
Brenner with the syringe. You can't leave. Brenner, you cocksucker.
You can't leave, 11.
Where's Dr. Owens?
Dr. Owens had a change of heart. I know you wish to go to him, and there's nothing I can do to stop you from forcing open that door. But if my men hear you coming, they will kill him. And alone you will never find your way out of this desert to your friends.
I don't even know what's gonna happen because the general should be showing up anytime.
Did you make the right choice with Mama?
Fuck.
You kept Henry in that lab with the children. Was that for our good? Was that a right choice?
I had no idea what Henry would do. I loved you. I loved all of you.
Even Henry.
Yes.
Is that why I was searching the darkness?
Huh.
It all makes sense now. What she's been doing this whole time.
Thank you.
Was I looking for him for Henry?
Not spying on the Russians.
No. We were focused on the Soviets.
Bullshit.
I knew that.
Papa does not tell the truth.
Bull fucking shit.
Henry said that.
Henry did say Papa's gonna let the bullies come and kill you.
You have lied. You made me look for him.
Oh man.
The gate. The mind flare. So many dead people.
Oh, wow.
All because of you. Because you could not stop. You could not let him go. I came here to try and understand who I was. To see if I was the monster.
You are.
Now I know the truth.
It's you, bro.
It is not me. It is you.
Damn.
I'm going to open that door. If you try to stop me, I will kill you.
Damn.
Oh man, oh man. You should take Papa with you, hold him near you.
Woo! Look how thick that door is.
Yep.
Oh my
I
god!
said it. I said, watch out for him, man.
Oh god!
Did he push it in?
Did he push it?
Yeah, he did. He did.
She's got like half of it. Use it on him. Use the rest on
Your
him.
neck is swelling.
Oh
Ew, look
shit,
at
it is. Use it on him.
Squeeze it out. Oh.
Finish it.
No, don't kill.
It's not gonna be good if she does that.
Yeah.
The drug. Oh, that was cool.
Yeah, the worst part is the military's coming. They have no weapon to defend at this point.
Your shield.
Durable. Deadly.
Oh, for the bats.
Hear me now. There will be no more retreating.
This guy's a dork.
Eddie the Banished.
Hey, you're really ready for battle.
Bat.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it. Give him a wedgie.
Never change. Dustin Henderson.
Never change.
Promise me?
I can't decide who I feel like is more at risk of dying between Lucas or Eddie right now.
Or Steve. Or Nancy.
Yeah, Steve too. Top 3.
Okay, for the record, my shoes never fell off.
Okay, for the record, it's kind of hard for your shoes to fall off when you're riding the bench.
Yet for some reason, you
Yeah.
show up to every game.
Except the one that mattered, plus Mom and Dad forced me.
Bull. Mom and Dad can't.
I know that
Shit.
very well.
Well, even though you're a bench riding loser, you're still my brother.
Fast times with your turn, like.
He's trying to help her out, like he's not gonna last.
What?
In the face of the world-ending mistakes of my love life, feels spectacularly low.
I bet she's the only one that realizes this in the show.
I'll get you there, but.
Even though I'm so for Nancy and Steve right now.
I have this terrible
Feeling.
gnawing feeling. It might not work out for us this time.
Damn.
So I shouldn't be doing this.
Couldn't agree more, Robin.
I think we're mad fools, the lot of us. But if we don't stop him, we will.
It's killing right now.
Slash Henry.
/1.
/1. I love that. Like that's how I thought about it too. Last episode, Henry /1/Vecna/Mind Flayer.
What do we call him?
Yeah.
Hen Vecna 1.
And muzzle on her.
It's the same thing that number 2 got buzzed with.
I never intended to act.
Poppy, you're never winning back her trust. I hate to break it to you. I don't think there's a single thing you can say. Oh man, Brenner's getting it to his dome. You better let Owen, as this is your last chance, let Owen take 11 and run for it.
Kill this son of a bitch. This is a New Hope.
Yeah. Yeah, literally.
Vecna shows up instead.
Where's Owen?
Take the neck brace off her.
Aim for their legs, you morons!
NPC aim.
Damn, dude.
Well.
Jeez.
And what happened here? Let's try this again, shall we?
Fuck this guy.
They're not gonna believe a single thing Owen has to say anyway.
Where's the girl?
On the way to save the world. Pizza bus just hits him. Probably. I mean,
Oh,
They all got gunned down.
where's the helicopter? Yeah.
there you go.
Whoa.
Jesus. It's a sniper.
Grab her and keep going. Grab her and keep going.
Yeah.
Through the neck brace and through the drug.
Wait. I can put her in a coma. A medically induced coma. We have the drugs. We can do it. We can do it right here. And we'll see if these murders keep happening. If you're right, the killing ends and you can pull the plug on her. In fact, I'll do it myself. But if you're wrong about this, God, we can need her. Jack,
Yeah.
don't do this.
Owen, let's go, dude.
He's gonna call it. So take the shot.
Take it.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch! No! You son of a bitch!
Green light.
11 should slaughter this entire battalion.
Jimmy, 5 o'clock.
Don't shoot Argyle. Oh no.
The hell?
There she is! What? There she is!
Stop.
They're all on the ground.
The pizza car versus the helicopter. Oh my gosh. Throw a pizza quick.
She's gone. 11,
Oh,
yes.
let's
Pull
go.
this bitch out of the air.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, she's so badass.
Crush it. Oh boy.
Good. That was smart. I was good. Oh my god! Look at this shit.
Oh my gosh! That was real!
Scary shot from 11. Wow.
She is scary. The scream echo in the background too.
What?
Gosh.
It's me.
Bro, we ain't got time for the pleasantries. We gotta get out of here.
Dad's still alive?
No.
Brenner.
You think?
Wait, that didn't unlock on its own.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Be free.
My child. I've only ever wanted to help you. To protect you.
Did a shit job of that.
Please tell me you understand.
That's my favorite lyric.
Goodbye, Papa.
I like this rendition of her theme.
Yeah.
Never make it. That's over 2,000 miles.
We need to find a way. If we
Take a
don't,
plane.
they are going to die.
Who's gonna die?
Everyone.
Hell, who's gonna die?
Everyone.
What state is Hawkins in?
Indiana.
Indiana.
I'll be going there in a couple months. Hopefully I don't die before season 5. Alright, y'all, that was episode 8 of season 4. Papa. With these episodes being so long, there's so much stuff that happens in them. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it kind of blows my mind that they took this approach to almost make like every episode its own movie.
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of like, I feel like it was like the 4th episode, the last one of volume part 1, and then these two are the finale, and this is going to be really long. It's just like, I mean, it's almost more content than they gave the first season.
Seriously.
Almost. I mean, I don't know I can't remember how many episodes are in the first 2 seasons.
There is
9, 8.
8, 9, 8, 9. A couple episodes in this season have also been rather long. The premiere, I know, was like an hour and 30 minutes, I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like it worked the best with the finale. I feel like they could have really just made these into separate episodes, but I don't know, like you're saying, the logistics of why they decided to make the last 2 episodes their own section in their own month.
I doubt it's for like COVID.
Yeah, I don't know the exact reason. I think I would have still preferred these to both have been split into like half segments. I guess the reason they didn't do that is because like we say, like the pacing. There's a lot of like great moments in these episodes, but there is definitely a lot of drag on moments too. So maybe if you trimmed it up and made it like only the highlight moments. It's just hard because I get it. Like each scene we watch, it feels like there's a build up to something epic that we have to like wait up for, like the laboratory that needs to be delayed so we can see the demi-dogs, see the cloud, and then have the escape. And then we need to take some time on the military surplus, so the kids are looking for stuff, and then the tension with the bullies, and then all the stuff with Papa to learn about Papa's intentions, and then off him. So like I get that all the things need moments. And I'm not a writer by any means, so I don't know how I would do it any better. But for sure, I feel like there could have been a way to make these like smaller segments. I don't know. They really do stretch out.
I think it could be, it probably could have been because the quarantine that happened, that a lot of people are now staying in, even though it's been like 2 years, that they just want to have long segments because they know people will be watching stuff. Like I have, in my family get-togethers, they really talk about is all the shows that they've been watching. Is all I hear about now. And in the past, they would never talk about that. Yeah. So I think it's because the majority of people are still staying in.
Yeah, it's just interesting because like you even think of it like theaters, people get impatient with like 3-hour films. That's why movies always like split to 2-hour and 30-minute segments. So it's just shocking that a show is willing to take the risk to elongate an audience's like patience.
Like I said, it probably could be the COVID thing.
Yeah, but like, what are the charts for that? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why they did it like this. I feel like we've only had one episode where they didn't really touch on Jonathan and that crew, right? Everyone else has been touched on tremendously, and this isn't a show with the biggest cast at all.
No.
By any means, but I do think that this show kind of like it didn't spread itself too thin, because I think this is the best season of the show so far. Hands down. But because there's so much going on, I mean, you think about plots we had, like a lot of the plots have kind of come together, but think about the plots that we had in the beginning. It was Lucas with the basketball team trying to find Eddie. Dustin and his crew trying to figure out what is happening, / Nancy trying to figure out the origin and what's going on with the murders. Then you have the Russia plot. Then you have what's going on with Elle, and even like including like the military portion that's trying to get after her. Then you have like, you know, Will, and there's just so much happening.
Yeah.
Do you think it's too much?
I mean, I think that's why me personally, I think that's why the episodes are so long, is because there's so much happening, and I feel like probably the pacing would be weird if it was like one episode they touched on Elle stuff, and then they did like. I know it's hard because sometimes we just bring up the same shows, but like Game of Thrones, I feel like did that pretty well. Or sometimes you wouldn't always touch on a character's story, but it moved on a little bit. But I feel like this show, you just couldn't really you couldn't go like that story because they're just driving across the fucking country and nothing's happening. It's okay if we don't touch that for that one episode. And I feel like everyone else's you have to touch. That's why these episodes are so jam packed, but with a lot going on. Because it's really not. I know some of the episodes have dragged on, but it's really only like certain plot lines that, in reality, could almost have been cut out. Like the whole. Before I'm not trying to jump ahead, but I love like Will's portion of the story. It pisses me off that the whole Mike is just too fucking stupid to like be involved in that part of the story, and then it's literally like they have a really cool moment with Will going on, but then it's like Mike's being stupid, and then it's just two potheads driving around the country. So it's like that whole storyline. If they could just like pluck out Will, put him into a different like plot, and then just get rid of that rest of that thing, I feel like the episodes wouldn't be as long, and they wouldn't have those dragging moments because most of the show is pretty like. You know, pretty fast pace. They hit like all the beats really quickly for the most part.
I don't know. Just to me, it seems like Mike is a huge part of that Will story.
That's the trouble. Will's good portion of the story is attached and solely reliant on Mike, who is not so exciting of a portion of the story. Like Eleven's story is really exciting.
It is,
but she has attractions to one of the least important characters in the show right now, which is Mike, who really, other than being lucky enough to witness all the Hawkins stuff, doesn't do a whole lot for the plot. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you had to ask me right now, which I'm asking myself for season 3, I don't know what the hell he did. I cannot remember a single thing Mike did in season 3 personally. Like
he's an ass to Hopper, really.
Like that was it. I just feel like his plot wasn't important. Dustin and Steve carried the Russian plot with Robin and Erica. Hopper. Ditto with Jones.
I mean, it was more about Hopper and Winona Ryder and Billy and Max and 11, and then Dustin and Steve, Erica and Robin. Like it really wasn't. And then even like honestly, even Nancy and Jonathan. Like last season, Will, Lucas, and Mike kind of took a backseat because their whole plot that season was kind of like Will being mad that they're not hanging out as friends anymore. They're both out doing their girlfriend thing. Meanwhile, he's like,
I just got my life back.
I just got my life back, and you guys are already like basically like deuces. Don't want to do any more with me. It's frustrating. This isn't a knock on like the actor that plays Mike or the show as a whole. I just feel like that storyline specifically is like the weakest part, and it's just frustrating because I just think they've like. I know it'll come, and eventually Will get his moment to, like, come out to his best friend. But, like, God, how fucking, like, how dense of a person do you see when your friend is talking about your girlfriend, but is clearly talking about themselves and borderline like, if we're sitting here talking and I'm having relationship problems and Sam's trying to tell me about it and Sam's crying, there's one of two options. Sam's either talking about himself, or maybe Sam is like upset about the situation more so than like me, the boyfriend, would be. So it's like, just get your fucking head out of your ass and like look at your friend that's like, he's not suffering, but he's like clearly really struggling with something.
Yeah.
So it's just when it's that apparent, it just fucking pisses me off. Honestly.
Yeah. It's true.
And luckily, at least in that moment, like his brother looks
Sees
and
it.
cares,
Yeah.
and maybe not doesn't understand yet, but he's going to do what he can to reach out. But even that, it's like they just spent so much time driving and complaining about what direction they were going in.
Yeah.
But just didn't, whatever.
Good news is this episode was really good.
It is. This
was
episode is really great.
I feel like they dropped nonchalantly huge moments, like big items of
Russia
info. Like up in Russia, they got demi-dogs for sure. They have a laboratory, but they have the freaking mind flare
How did they get that?
captured.
How do you...
And then they all just let it be. They just, I
Right.
guess you don't know what else to do with it. It's
Yeah.
a freaking pile of,
It's
it's a pillar of smoke.
There's a Demogorgon out there that, like you said, could let it loose.
But like, holy moly, that's been the villain. Presumably since the beginning. I don't know. Right now, it's also seeming up in the air of who's really in control between this Vecna and Mind Flayer. I really don't know at this point because
We're not
I
sure.
don't know. We're not
We're not sure. Yeah.
But even still, it's just there, just swirling around hatefully.
Now, is that the whole thing or a piece of it?
I would imagine it's a piece of it. I'm almost wondering if the mind flare is not necessarily
Like tentacle thing?
The smoke is not necessarily like it, if that makes sense. Like that is just a form in which when part of it can take to enact its will in the world. Not to be like religious, but like in the concept of Christianity, like
He brought
the
that up,
Holy
the
Spirit.
Trinity. He brought that up.
Yeah, but the idea of like the Holy Spirit, as in it's like it's part of God, but it's
its own thing.
Its own thing, but it's also like part of it enacting its will in the world.
What
like
do you,
that's what I
do you
would
think the other
imagine.
thing is?
Mind flare God? I don't know. I don't know. It just seems like all of the demi things are all connected mentally.
Right, it's a hive mind.
Yeah, it's a hive mind, which we always assumed the mind flare was the hive mind as the smoke form / like the giant tentacled beast in the Cthulhu in the sky. But we've never actually like seen it, other than it
if it has a physical form.
Yeah, other than it manifesting itself as in smoke. But even then, it was kind of like I feel like the smoke was more like of a tracking device, like trying to use will to get through to other parts of the world. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or later with Billy, using Billy to
spread
enact its will in the like it's not actually
to get its physical form.
Because they even said like the mind was disconnected from the body once they closed the gate. So it's like the actual thing is somewhere out there. So I don't know if like the actual thing is the tentacle beast in the sky. Is it actually a cloud?
Yeah.
Or is it just nothing? I mean, I don't know. Super sci-fi.
Yeah, I don't know. The gate did close though in the beginning.
Yes.
The gate closed in the beginning, and
the cameras were on.
But here's the weird thing about that, and with the mind flare. So that event is our first encounter, supposedly our first encounter with that world. But Will brought up, like you brought up last week, I think it was, or maybe 2 weeks before, about like why 1983. Considering that the portal had already opened back maybe a couple days or a couple weeks prior, when however many months it was that this event with Henry took place. So, why
83?
Like, do you think there's anything more to glean from the fact that it looked completely different when Henry entered, and then how it looked when 11 sought it out, as we've learned today, in 1983 in November?
I don't know,
Season
because
place.
he seems as if he went to a different world,
Completely.
a world between worlds, if you will,
Yeah.
and ended up in the Upside Down.
Huh.
Because, like, his mental space that he exists in where he does his killings looks like that world that he got sent to. It doesn't look like the Upside Down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But rather, his mental world looks like the place that Eleven sent him all that time ago. So, like, was the Upside Down there? Did he stumble into Upside Down? Is that part of the Upside Down?
Did he manifest
Yeah,
it?
did he manifest it?
And Papa was like, I believed he was still out there, and that's why I had you looking for him. And
Finally got that.
But like, how did 11 sense a Demigorgon? Since we know it wasn't like one just on our plane of existence. Like, can she? Because if we're supposed to believe that she can actually tap into the other realm, that could be pretty useful if that's like a plot point we return to, where she can see into that world and maybe learn new info about what's over there without having to physically be over there. Like, it's just weird. Like,
like look at it. Like you're trying to say. Is that what you're trying to say? Just that she
like,
can look at it?
I don't know, learn from it. Like, maybe our characters seem to be able to go to the Upside Down, the blue realm with ease, blue-purple realm with ease. They can just physically get over there. But Vecna / Henry, like we were talking about, was surprised when Max was somehow able to get to the next field, the red world, which seems to be
His
where...
mind, almost.
Yeah, which seems to be like where he first entered. So maybe it's like there is a physical Upside Down and then a mental Upside Down. And just with the talk today of like Max having to use her mind to fight him.
Yeah, to control where...
Yeah.
It's because maybe it's almost as if that he goes into their minds and creates illusions, because that's what they said that he
Max
could
said
do.
uses the memories.
And they use your memories, but Max somehow went to one's mind.
Yeah.
How
she was in a Billy was created. The moment that it happens is Billy is created to tease her, and then I think he appears. She falls over, and then in the graveyard she sees a red mist and walks through it.
maybe that's like his entrance, like where he comes from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's like damn. I don't.
Is it another show spoiler?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it.
Okay.
It's something we've all seen, so it's not that bad.
I was gonna compare it to like, is it like the Avatar hair thing, like Max's hair and his combined, and that's how they're seeing
that's
each
like
other.
The connection point. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's interesting. This is really random. I want to say it before I forget. Okay, remember how, like we said, the whole like 1983 thing, the day that Will disappears, that's like when stuff is like appeared. Who has gone into the Upside Down actually? So we know
a bunch of people.
Random scientists, of course, like
Yep.
that we've seen.
Will, Mike,
Dustin. Yeah, chronologically, Nancy, Barb. Yeah, you already said Will. Hopper in the finale of season 1 with Joy.
Yeah, with
Joyce. Season 2, I mean, I feel like at that point it just starts to get to everybody. Like, I feel like
all the
everybody
kids
starts
are in
to...
it with Steve.
Do you wonder if the Upside Down gets populated by whomever enters it at the time they enter it? Like, stuff that's relevant to them?
What do you mean by populated?
Like the world is empty.
Mm-hmm.
It's a clean slate, because it's like, okay, this thing that's been there for millennia, why does it specifically have, like, 1983...
buildings and stuff.
Buildings. And also, it does have Vecna's house, specifically. So, like, is it... Because presumably there were scientists going in there in season 1 prior to Will, right?
Yeah.
Am I wrong about that? Like,
Yeah.
In theory, like, we don't know who the fuck those people were. So, but all of the places that we've gone to in the Upside Down that are relevant are places that are, like, real to our characters. Nancy and Will's house, the Vecna's place, I can't think of all the places in the Upside Down that we've been to currently.
Yeah.
But like, is it just that like a person comes in and that whatever's important to you or relevant to you
it
manifests itself in the world?
Okay.
Because like it's like that's just the only reason I could think of. But I don't know why Will's house would have appeared the same day Nancy's house would have appeared the same day that Will went in there, unless it's just the fact that they're all friends, they've all been to the houses, and that it's relevant to him.
I would follow that, but unless they want to retcon season 1, when they go through, it's like the whole town is there.
Yeah.
Because Hopper and Joyce have to walk through the entire town to find Will. That's the only, and he's like in a library. So that's the only like confusing part.
Season 1 is also the one I forget the most. Honestly,
Yeah.
That's the one it's been the longest since I've seen.
And his little fort is in it too, right? Wasn't he in his fort the entire time? Will.
Yeah, I think the Force
Force
too. Well, that's why I was saying maybe the Upside Down is just simply Vecna's interpretation of what he wants the world to be or what he remembers it. I don't know.
Well, the only thing that doesn't make sense about that is just like why is there a time date to it? Like why is it timed if Vecna's been there longer and it's also, it's dated to a specific event?
Is it supposed to shape up to be a hollow version for when the real version crosses over? Like, because now that we've seen that there's visions of the Upside Down consuming Hawkins, is the original Hawkins now going to fill what the fake Hawkins is? Like, how does that work? Like, what happens to the Upside Down if the Upside Down consumes our world?
That's like we were saying last time, Vecna's trying to make his world the real world, probably.
But that's the weird thing now, because the Upside Down is just a reflection of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And then Vecna's mind world is just a destroyed everything. It does nothing.
Yeah, I know nothing. I'm just trying to
spitball.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying when people walk through and it populates the Upside Down. I thought you were like some of those bats are Steven and
no, not in like a biological physical form.
Yeah.
More so like the environment of what it is.
I thought that would have been cool though. That the second they walk through, like a DNA strand is now being made too.
Yeah.
Well, then I'll throw a bone and say maybe Will, being the first one to cross through, just wanted to find any form of out because he's a fantasy-driven kid and maybe created his own Hawkins when he traveled through to make himself feel safe. Because we don't really know where he ended up traveling when he was there. He could have gone through many places to hide from the Demogorgons.
And it could just be Henry creating the world, I'm sure people have seen it on TikTok. We've talked about it a little bit on the channel, or I've said that people theorize that, Vecna was really behind Will's taking, because it plays the bell sound or the clock sound, and then there's a tall lanky figure,
why him?
But maybe this is maybe that was his first attempt, because he's been trying to get to our world. Maybe that was his first attempt, and because he brought Will, maybe he was able to see into his mind. Maybe he created, in the attempt to cross over worlds, he mixed whatever was in his memory and just filled the blanks and started putting puzzles together. He already knew what his house looked like, so Vecna could make his own house there, and then starts plugging other people's okay, these are all the places that Will has gone, boom, and then you start pulling more of his memories.
It could also very easily be happenstance. It could be that Vecna sent the Demogorgons to go look for a little girl and got confused with little Will. Because it was in the same neighbor. It was in the same area where the bike fell that the boy stumbled across Elle in the first episode. So it could just be wrong place, wrong time.
I was gonna say, if the Demogorgons can go through the portal, why can't Vecna?
It's a good question.
His whole objective is to build an army, and I think we were saying it last time we recorded that all the Demogorgons are scouts, as you just said, looking for somebody, and he's the general or lieutenant that they called him.
Yeah. Well, the show references Middle Earth all the time, so maybe it's like he's Sauron right now. His eye,
he's too weak or something?
He's too weak to have a physical form capable of being in our world. The only trouble with that is he can still technically become physical in the Upside Down, supposedly. As of right now, he has not physically harmed anyone unless he's in that red world. He didn't touch Max, I don't think, in the blue world. He hasn't touched Nancy, I don't think, in her world. And the only times we've seen him,
He did.
I think he touched Fred.
Yeah.
I think he touched Fred in that coffin. But I don't know if that coffin's even real. It's so hard to know what is real, what is upside down, what is red world.
What is their mind? Yeah.
We'll have to jump back onto this because it's the ever-present theory of this world. So just on the episode, the Russian plot, they got up top. Yuri was kind of being a scumbag, and Jackin was like, "Take us to the whatever this is. Stop playing with us." We got to the untouched, unused helicopter in the shed.
Unbuilt.
Doesn't even have propellers, and they came up with the idea that they're going to call someone over in the States. If it's Owens, did they say Owens for sure?
Did.
Okay,
Yeah.
I missed that. My bad. Well, that sucks.
You're like, who are they gonna call Mike? I was like, they just said Owens.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were spitballing, and I was
No.
well, I guess that's a
what
person.
Joyce said. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's really unfortunate because
Now he's locked up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that
Well, we don't know what's going to happen because the military's still there.
I will also say this is probably their only shot of getting Sullivan to maybe be on their side. Like, yo, the Soviets have, they got this.
Yeah.
it'd be really great if they call Owens. They're like, just make sure you say the truth because our group in what? Oh, I thought you. I thought you were shocked. It's like our group in Russia.
That wasn't intentional.
Our group in Russia have to talk in code, but it'd be funny if the general wants Owens to speak only the truth, no codes. So when they start saying the mind flare or something like that, there is a ghost in the closet, and our guy has to be like, you mean the mind flare? It's going to be the most confusing conversation for the general to have to.
And also, if Hopper's the one on the phone, everybody thinks he's dead in the States.
That's true too.
That is true.
It's true. I don't know.
So maybe not have him talk.
Well, Joyce will be the one to speak, I imagine.
And maybe Murray.
Yeah.
They're all going to sound like mad people because the general doesn't want to believe anything that's ghost story related.
Yeah.
But
But if they're going to speak code, he'd be the only one to know what code is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What plot point do you want to go to first?
I was just gonna bring up Nancy and the whole Hawkins thing.
Okay.
But yeah, so in Hawkins, the whole team is trying to theorize what to do now. Nancy's spilling the beans of seeing the world's end and the fall of Hawkins and all of her family and friends dying. Mm-hmm. And Vecna, with his message to 11, they figure out that the clock makes 4 gongs, so they needs 4 gates, meaning 4 kills. He's 1 away. And they come up with a plan because 11 is weak when she's in her trance state.
Yeah.
To lure him into doing the trance state with Max by using Max's bait, and then they go and kill him. So risky. Problem is they now have to get past the demi-bats. They have to make it through the upside down without getting caught.
Do you think the vision that Vecna gave to Nancy is supposed to be his hope or a true fact that he has glimpses of?
I would imagine that because he can create illusions, that is his idea of what's going to happen. I don't think it's necessarily predicting the future, because no one in the show has been able to do that so far. Not saying he couldn't, but I feel like it makes more sense to scare her into going to tell Elle so he can, whatever the message. I mean, do we even get a real message as to what he wanted?
He just said, tell 11 what I'm about to everything that I'm about to show you.
Right.
Yeah.
I also think it's a trap.
For sure.
Him doing that.
Also, it's with him, I don't know, the whole bit about I think there was a line today saying that Vecna or Henry was so capable that he was able to steal everything that you would have ever become or be.
He takes everything that you are.
And everything everything you could be, I thought too, something your full potential, everything about every possible.
Brenner was theorizing because he could absorb your memories and your whole being, essentially. I don't think I don't think he said exactly everything you could be, but everything you are.
Yeah.
Okay. It would just be wild if like he's also it's still an illusion at the end of the day, a version of what could be.
But it's like
thing.
he's also had time to get stronger. I mean, like we don't know how the fuck this works. Like lifting weights, you just keep doing it, and you get bigger or whatever. Like we don't know.
Don't my muscles are smaller. But
because you're not flexing.
Yeah. Greatest part of the episode for me is the union of our fellowship and the journey to the RV, stealing the RV, going to the gun shop, and first of all, also just paralleling the fact that over in Nevada, the Wizard has given this giant portrait of how he sees his friends, which is just cool because we're also seeing them equip themselves with like medieval gear. Like I saw Dustin had was the dwarf.
Yeah.
He was like the dwarf of the group. Mike was the knight. Will was the wizard of the clan, and then Lucas was the man on a stallion. It was a white stallion, which represents hope and victory normally. So, foreshadowing of what Lucas's role will be in bringing hope and victory to our group, perhaps.
I feel like he's probably the only one that really hasn't had like a killer moment in the show so far.
And a pale horse is a very a pale horse is a very like iconic symbol.
That's what I was about to say. He needs 4 kills, 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Yeah, maybe like we'll have.
I'm not saying those 4 kills are the 4 horsemen. Just symbolism.
Or they'll have to do. Or they'll have
symbolismness.
They'll have to use 4 people to stop 4 openings.
Yeah.
Or 4 people will have to sacrifice themselves to close the openings. We were talking about how many people it feels like might be potential deaths on this show. I feel like...
outside of our main plot, too, just to jump away, someone's got to die in this Russia plot. There's no way everyone's
Russia plot.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
like Murray...
Jack and... Definitely. I don't see him going past this.
Murray, him, or I feel like Winona. I feel like that would be kind of annoying that she goes all this way to save Hopper and then she ends up dying.
Bro.
But
I couldn't see the show without Winona.
Same.
Also because she's like
the
pivotal
mom
for
of
the
the show.
children, even though she hasn't played a big role for them this season.
True.
She's a shit mother.
She's a good friend. She's
a friend.
She's not the greatest.
Shit mom currently. Currently, she did a lot. She saved her boy. So
So what I was thinking, Nancy's scene where these... Did she say the portals expanded? Like they're really long portals? They looked long in what they showed.
They
looked massive.
I saw the world crumbling underneath the earth. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Every showed her where the portals are.
It's where all the kills have happened.
Right. That's I mean, if he showed her the future, then he showed her where the 4th kill will be.
Now, the only thing that's the issue is that one of the portals that opened up was at Henry's house, and that's also where Max is going to lure him. That's why I was also like, it could be the future, but...
That was the first thing I showed was that Vecna's house crumbling open.
Max, Lucas, and Dustin, right?
No, it's Max... Lucas and Erica.
Okay, well then Lucas is definitely being put up on the top for a potential death too.
Yeah, but Lucas could be up there. He also hasn't had like that moment yet, so I could see him getting a sacrificial moment.
Well, that's the thing. Like for the Russia plot, I would say Yuri. No, I'd say Murray's number 1 for dead list. Jack and Yuri. In Hawkins, I'm feeling Lucas, because he's had some sweet moments with Max, and he's been a huge focal point for this season for his character with the bullies and breaking free from them, coming back to his group.
Yeah.
And like you said, he hasn't had like a big moment yet. I feel like Steve, because there's a whole lot of talk of like his future and what could be for him and what he's always wanted, and some basically affirmation from Nancy reciprocating that vision would be nice. Whether it's reality is up to question. Eddie, because his story has been about being too afraid and running, and this is the one time to not be afraid and hold your ground, which means normally death or you become the hero.
Yeah, I've been thinking he's the new Billy.
And which would really suck.
Yeah.
Because we just introduced him.
Yeah, and
he's been hiding most of the season.
Yeah, and I bet a lot of people love him.
And then I'm still on the fence about Robin. But I could honestly, like, just with how the direction of the show is, with the 4 clocks, it'd be crazy if they killed all 4. That's why I went to choose 4. Like, 4 people have to go. And also the fact that they keep saying this season, like, we've talked about it, like, what if this is the Empire Strikes Back season? And Robin literally confirmed it, saying, like, I don't think we're going to win this time. Like, we guessed that shit weeks ago.
And it's just, I mean, the show, not saying the show is cookie cutter or could be cookie cutter, but, like, we've had a lot of victories over the time.
Absolutely.
And the only 3 characters that have really died, Billy's the biggest one, but other than him, Bob, Alexei, Barbara. Bob was a big death, but Billy was definitely a bigger one, but he was also, like, pretty much the antagonist, too.
And all those characters are all, like, one season introduced. Like, Billy was introduced in season 2, but he played no role. Season 3 was, like, his big role, and then
he lasted 2 seasons.
He just
where all the other
big.
Characters that we mentioned lasted.
I'd be willing to bet
episodes.
if you go on YouTube, Billy, like, has a compilation that lasts, like, 5 minutes tops.
Mm-hmm.
Like, picking up Max, bullying Max, driving fast at a party, and then getting his neck injected in the finale of season 2. Season 3, he's, like, the big baddie. He's present a whole lot. Bob, introduced, dead. Barb, 2 episodes.
Dead, yeah.
So, yeah, I think the show could use a big loss. It's just really is going to suck because all these characters are pretty impactful.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the characters, too, are really good. Like, I really don't want any of them to die, but I kind of feel like that would be something, too, that kind of... I know the show is huge and it's big, but in my mind, I don't put the show with those shows, if that makes sense. Like, it's not up there with those big shows, and I feel like something like that could, like, elevate it to...
Yeah.
We haven't seen Breaking Bad, but, like, that Breaking Bad level or that Game of Thrones level or something like that.
This season is so good. But
it's also crazy too. Sorry, not to jump away from this. Just like how much this season has tied to the others, specifically season 1, just with like Elle's story. Yeah. It's like wow, like it just makes it feel they're making the story like a whole story, not just like we kind of wrote something and then we built from there. It's like no, they're connecting all the dots all the way through.
And I really do appreciate that. Like, even shows that are very big or, like, were really popular at the time, like Lost, like, a lot of people had expectations, but sometimes the writers didn't know what direction they wanted to go, or there would be an actor who had dropped off the show, and so they had to change it based off that. So it was an ever-present moving thing. But what I appreciate about a show is when you take stuff that is produced later to still make what you had already seen still meaningful and doesn't feel disconnected in the end.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay that the show might not have had a big story or, like, didn't know that it was going to be branching out so big or that it was going to become a behemoth. But I appreciate the trajectory that the show has taken this season, where I felt like other seasons kind of just did it spread its wings so far that it was like, how does this even relate to the original, like, horror first season we got?
Yeah.
But they went to the military base, or the military surplus.
Yeah.
Ran into the bullies.
Ran into the bullies, and
that was a tense
what's his
scene.
name?
I don't know.
It's like Justin or something?
No.
Something like that.
I forget. We had it, like, we didn't know for a while, and then we got it, and now we don't
They
know.
name dropped it when he came and did his little rally speech, when everybody got all hot and mighty, but Nancy clapped back, and they hopped in the car and ran, but they're probably going to be tailed. Unfortunately, they might be an antagonist we have to deal with while dealing with Vecna.
Yeah.
It's like Billy.
On top of the
season
town.
2.
Yeah.
Also coming after us. And then they went and did their little training scene, which is why I started to feel like a couple of those people became contenders for death, because we got the monologue or the dialogue between Nancy and Steve. We got Erica finally having some screen time with her brother, talking about, I was forced to go to your games, but also, like, I'm your sibling. So
I can relate to that.
Yeah.
The amount of games I was forced to go to for Logan.
But Erica, as a good sibling, said that's what siblings do. So, right. Lucas could be a potential death. And then Dustin with Eddie. Eddie hugging him and being like,
Don't change.
Don't ever change is like, bro.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's just like everyone feels like they could die, and I know the writers are definitely doing that on purpose, but it's like, man, I don't know if I'm ready for that.
And then even Robin, like, why are you caring about my love life. Like, this is not important, all things considered.
Yeah.
So, who knows? It's, like, so up in the air. And that's what's great, because it's a new show. There's no strings attached. Any of these characters could die, which is great. And I really hope... I want the show to take some risks. I don't want it to be, like you said, cookie cutter. I really want it to make us shock and awed in this. Because that's what shows need to do if they want to, like, be remembered in 10 years from now.
Yeah.
But
last part was Elle's story.
Yeah.
So confirmed with Brenner, you know,
She was never spying on the Russians.
well,
Not ever.
Well before that, before we get there, that, you know, he saw the whole thing transpire, like, that she killed Henry, or sent him away, rather, but that there's always a chance that there could be him coming back, you know. He could be really strong right now. Elle displayed her powers, so it works, she works, but she wants to go leave to help her friends, because her friends are in danger. He is totally against it, and traps Owens in, you know, use him as a hostage. Says, like, if you leave, they'll kill him. And
Ella has the good speech about I thought I was the monster. It's actually you.
What's her name again in real life?
Millie Bobby Brown?
Bro, fucking, like, great. Between her and Will this episode, like, amazing fucking performances.
Yes.
Like, I legit felt bad when Will was crying. Like, it hurt my soul to see. But, like, the way that 11 was, like, confronting Papa about being a liar, him being the true monster, like, her coming here to try and figure out, like, if she's been the monster this whole time, when it's really been him. Oh, that was so good. Like, that's one thing that's awesome about the show. The fucking young actors, even when they were, like, 11, 12, 13, they were, like, really good. Now they're, like, fucking stars, borderline. 11.
Shut the hell up.
I thought you were gonna make a pun of, like, Dustin's shit joke that, like, didn't land earlier.
That's so funny because he delivered that line and I was like, why did that sound so weird?
Yeah.
Real quick before we go into the breakdown, are all those kids Brenner's kids, or was it just 11 was his kid?
Biologically?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Brenner's?
I don't think
I don't
Brenner's
think he's related to her.
Oh, he's not?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No. I think he's just a guy who took advantage of a lady who didn't have a baby daddy nearby.
I think it's just like how he discovered Henry.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
just like using the military to be nosy amongst the troubled peoples of the world.
Here's the only credit I'm gonna ever give to Brenner. Without you, we wouldn't have 11 to fight Vecna.
So
that's about it. The question really is, just with Brenner's story, which we haven't had answered yet, is how do the kids get their powers other than Henry?
That's what I was gonna say.
Because say Brenner's not in the picture, Henry was a murderer using his powers, his newfound powers, and then we don't know where he would have gone because the FBI showed up and immediately took... I don't know how they knew that he was special, but they took advantage of that situation, and then we got a whole bunch of new children produced with powers. Of which all are dead except 11.
It can't be the whole people experimenting with LSD, right?
Yeah, the whole...
And he keeps saying that her mother was sick.
I think you just meant
What? Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, in theory, it could have been like the LSD thing, like they were actively doing that, and I don't know. I mean, clearly they know how it works because they were able to inhibit it on Henry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. That's
yeah. They should explain that how they.
It's like a nerve system to your brain.
Yeah.
They nerfed his powers.
Cut off his imagination.
Well, the thing that was funny too is just like the whole like I thought I could help Henry and all this stuff. Like she was like, why did you let him be around us? It's also like, bruh, you clearly thought you had to have thought something was wrong because you wouldn't have like brought him in to like use him as a puppet and then I mean like they knew that he was like a murderer, but like they should have just studied. this is very wrong. I would never say to do this in any other situation, but because it's a TV show, they should have just studied him, got the information they needed, and
Yeah.
dead that one. Like putting an inhibitor chip in him. I mean, like that thing wasn't that deep. He could have cut that out himself. I don't know why he didn't figure that out on his own.
Yeah.
Even if he just grew out one fingernail for a really long time and cut it to a point, and could have done it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Disgusting. Man. But Brenner was dumb, and Elle was like, "Nah, I'm not having that." Blew off the door. Brenner drugged her. She almost killed him.
So gross.
And she wakes up from being drugged
with a shock collar.
And basically the military at the door to come kill her.
Mr. General, sir.
And then Elle...
Mr. General, sir?
Yeah. Elle escapes. Military gets in. Brenner gets shot in the back. And that helicopter blowing up scene was amazing. It was
I think it was real.
I think the explosion was real for sure. Yeah, that looked like it.
Even the scene of the helicopter completely flipping upside down and falling. I think that was a real helicopter too.
Yeah, hard ass stunt. I mean, it'd be cool to see the behind the scenes for this season and see like what they did.
Yeah,
I'd like to see some of the Vecna. Like it looks like makeup.
Yeah,
it looks like CGI too.
Yeah,
though.
I can't tell if he's real or not.
The eyeballs look just like his.
I asked somebody because there is stuff online, because not trying to look up shit for the episodes yet, but they said it is all makeup.
Damn.
They sent me a picture of him sitting there with a cup with a straw. You know what I mean?
Oh wow.
Behind the scenes. So
that's crazy. I mean, it looks so good. So that'd be cool. That'd be cool to see. And I haven't really ever really looked at the behind the scenes for this show.
Yeah.
Either.
I've seen other people's corridor crew do upside down, their version of the upside down in Los Angeles or whatever, or just upside down phi places, which is what you'd see a lot of people do. But I would like to see the mind flare and all that, how they created the giant blob.
Yeah.
But 11 was a badass, a Sith through and through, or Jedi, whatever you want to prefer. But that was a good scene, and the boys showed up, Argyle and company, trying to defeat Dominoes. I assume we're going to take her to Hawkins right away.
They got to figure out a way. They're 2,000 miles away, and she's like, "We need to get there tonight." No, they're going to go. They're not going to be
Good luck, sis.
So
good luck. Oh, and then the Brenner scene. She went back to talk to Brenner, and he was like, "I need you to understand. I did this for you." And she said,
"Bye. Deuces.
Goodbye, father.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Papa."
Yeah.
Basically, not giving him
his
that
final send off.
Yeah. He doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, Brenner's an interesting character. Don't really know how I feel about him. Don't really like him that much.
Right. I was gonna say there was sad music playing with the camera going up above him, and I was just kind of sitting there am I supposed to feel sorry? Because I don't for him.
Yeah.
It's
He's
weird.
a monster.
It's weird. He's done a lot of weird things, the choke collars on kids. It's if you didn't want to give him this power, you shouldn't have given it. If you were worried to begin with, you didn't need to give this power to kids. I don't know what you're doing. This is all your fault at the end of the day. The only thing that's not your fault is the mass murderer of Vecna himself. So.
And what was his goal with all the kids?
I mean, I think it was definitely still a military funded thing. It's just he took a personal ownership of feeling like the kids were his family.
Yeah.
With his weird brainwash where I am Papa, you're all my children.
You don't think it was whatever that organization is called in Transformers, that the government had no idea what's existing inside the dam?
Oh.
Weren't they called 7 or something?
Sector 7? Sector 7,
yeah.
I think.
The government didn't even know it was existing?
I mean, I think that...
The government knew about it because the general knew about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they knew. It was at least somewhat military fun. I mean, Brenner was living in a normal house. You ain't got money to do all that if you live in a normal house. It was definitely funded by the military.
I would definitely venture to say this was a military funded thing, still to go after Russians or to do hitmen things like the general assumes.
But Brenner
did his own things. So,
well, that's also why they were freaking out, because that's why Sullivan is freaking out about her possibly murdering people back in Hawkins.
Yeah.
It's like, Brenner has been playing this fucking game forever.
Yeah. So there's just a lot of confusion on different sides, but I think all of it can be true. And then lastly, that last bit with... Now, okay, well, here's the thing, because I wanted to share a theory, and I thought it would happen today with this episode, but the story went a completely different way. Damn. They played the Separate Ways song, which I thought was going to be the thing. I thought Nancy was going to be Vecnified, and that they would have to find a song for her, and that was the trailer music for this season. And so a theory I really wanted to share. I still want to share it just because maybe it will find its way to form into the show, but that song, that Journey song, is... I don't know the exact meaning behind it, but it's kind of talking about two lovers who are separate ways. Like a Jonathan, Nancy, maybe Steve and Nancy. So if Nancy gets taken, maybe they have to perform a song, or maybe they still have to perform a song for somebody, aka Eddie with the guitar up on the RV.
Oh yeah, we haven't seen that.
That is a thing that should come.
It hasn't happened yet, and I've been wondering, like, what song is he playing? Who is he having to save? Like, I don't know.
Although they did say someone needs to run Distraction for the Demi-Bats, so
Yeah.
I feel like that also could be him. He's also a heavy metal dude, so...
Maybe Dustin has to use the shields while he's playing the song. Yeah. Dustin Gayton is also a famous celebrity singer, so maybe he'll have to use his vocals. He's a really talented singer. He goes and he's played at like the baseball games. He's played on Jimmy Fallon.
There's a lot of musicians in this show then, because Mike,
Gaydon's definitely
Gaydon's probably like the one.
Well, I know, but Finn Wolfhard is in a band.
Yeah.
So Steve. Steve has a band too.
Yeah, I'd say
they're both the singers.
I'd say
separate bands.
Out of all of them, Gaydon's the one that like goes and like does
things,
performances big time. Like he'll be guest starred or like brought on as like an introduction singer, or he's sung at a baseball game. He was. I think he also did Broadway. I think Lucas did Broadway too. I think Lucas was in The Lion King before this. But Gaydon's like sung Les Mis, which is a huge thing for children to sing. Like when he was a kid before this, like that was one of his like big talents. So I think that'd be cool if they incorporate that once again to the story with the whole like Susie bit that they introduced, basically canonizing Dustin as a big singer. The question is, most of these people look like they're spread out. So if Lucas or Max gets grabbed and the radio breaks, Vecna knows that's a thing now. Like, they might have to talk over the radio and sing whatever their favorite songs are via Dustin and Eddie performing for them. So, I think this could be really cool. I love when music gets incorporated into shows, and it's a huge plot point for this season.
Yeah.
So.
You said your favorite moment was the fellowship coming together?
Just the seeing them throw on the shields with spikes.
Mm-hmm.
Just Eddie interacting with Dustin. We know they're Middle-earth fans. And just Will's painting. I think that whole, like, warrior D&D aspect we're getting on the show, and the fact that like things like Lord of the Rings are paralleling this story too, even with Vecna, like we said, being almost like Sauron. I like those bits in the show, and they keep it very nerdy.
Yeah.
It's very subliminal. Like, it's not a big plot in the show. Okay, it's kind of a huge plot in the show, but they also kind of let it be an undertone.
Yeah, it's usually like the underlying thing for what's going on.
Like D&D is what the show is like following,
Basically,
but also
but
they don't often talk about it in the show. Like, it's only brought up to like give logic. So
I thought the best moment was seeing the Mind Flayer captured.
That was cool too.
That was the coolest moment.
I'm with you. I liked the RV moment for me in this episode. Also, I want to say I've seen online people being like the Duffer Brothers, like as you make the show, just like making a whole like bit at the end that we see the grown-up versions of our cast, and this has all been like a D&D game. If that's it, it's fucking trash. I don't want to see that shit.
Also, yeah, you said that we're gonna get a time jump for season 5. How? Like, I don't want new casts. I don't want a new cast for the show.
I don't think it'll be a new cast. I think it's just gonna be, we're not gonna youngify our cast because they're looking old.
Okay. It would be cool if maybe they wait 2 years to do more filming. Like, they give it 2 years, they think of a really good conclusion to the show, they let the characters age a bit more, and yeah. I mean, I don't know if I said it on the channel, but Sadie Sink is in a music video with I think his name's Logan for a Taylor Swift song. The guy from Maze Runner, and she's like supposed to be like this young couple. They're supposed to be this young couple in it. And I was watching this, I was like, holy moly! Like she sells it. Like she looks like she's like some 28-year-old.
Yeah.
Max. Sorry.
She's also like 20-something in real life too.
Yeah,
I was about to say,
she's a little bit younger.
I was gonna ask that in the episode. Are they in their 20s?
I think all of
younger than us.
Yeah, Sadie is younger. I don't know the age of all of the boys. I think except I think Mike and Millie Bobby Brown are like 18, 19, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd believe that the main 4 kids are younger than us, and then everybody else, friend group and otherwise, is our age and up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like, Nancy, Steve, and Jonathan, I know are all like 29, 30, that age, so.
I guess Jonathan's probably the oldest. He looks the oldest out of all these characters.
No, he's like the same age. Him and Nancy, I think, are like 28, 29.
Yeah.
They are dating in real life, too.
Mm-hmm. And there are people older than them?
Steve's 30.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Joe
Steve's
Keery.
like actually old. Yeah, Joe Keery.
He is daddy.
I kind of agree with you. I don't want a new cast if they do a time jump.
Okay.
It made me think of the It movies, the 2 remakes. The first one's so much better than the second one.
I don't think, like, people saying time jump, it's not going to be, like, I think it's like college age. Like, they're not going to be like...
I think...
they're not going to be
Lord
like,
Baelish said it's like a year.
A friend of his, Max.
Yeah.
not whatever that dude's name is.
Littlefinger. Yeah, even that's going to be weird, because I would like to see the show get consumed by the Upside Down. Or Hawkins, at least, consumed by the Upside Down. Maybe that's
I don't see a happy ending this season.
Yeah, so that'd be weird if we get time jump and the bad guys win this season. That'd be pretty crazy. It doesn't look like anyone's going to college with that. No one's trying to get a degree when the world's ending. Maybe they are.
Possibly.
Yeah. Y'all good?
Yeah.
Guys, if you made it this far, make sure you leave a like on it. Subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments down below about what you think we're going to be seeing when we get into Season 5. Throw down some of your theories. You can go to town with spoilers, because by the time you're seeing this, we've already wrapped up. And we'll see you when we see you. Punch it. Wow.